What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. Let me know in the comments down below how is your day going. In today's video, guys, we're gonna have a look at Karnage, the champion that you can get from the Curse City. Now, I finally got a 6-star soul for him a few weeks ago, actually on the last rotation, when I've got my chest. I actually got a 6-star soul for him finally. It was quite a bit of a grind, but hey, at least now I've collected pretty much most of the juicy things from this chest, and I've got a 6-star soul, the one-time reward. So now I'm kind of like left with weak stuff. But I finally managed to book him. That's why I haven't done a video on him in a long time. Honestly, I waited to get the 6-star soul, and then of course to have enough books to get him all skilled up. It's very hard to get mythical books. I don't have to tell you that, guys. Probably you are well aware of the entire situation. He might be one of my only mythical... Actually, no. I have a couple of mythical champions that are fully booked. And it's him and Gizmek, if I'm not mistaken. So, 6-star soul, fully booked. Time to see what Karnage can actually do. I feel like he is underestimated. I see him being used very often in live arena, to be honest with you guys. And not only that he brings you the speed lead, which is just crazy, but he is overall a pretty good champion. And if you are pairing him with the right champions in the team as well, and you are using him right, you're going to get tons of value. And he is a pretty solid threat, very annoying with the A1. Attacks an enemy 2 times, has a chance to remove a buff and counter attacks, right? 50% chance to counter attack with this skill whenever an enemy hits the champion or an ally, so this can be really annoying. It happens a lot of times when I'm going in with a different team, right? And I'm going versus Karnage and I'm using an AoE skill or something. He's always counter attacking. A lot of times it happens that I don't have stone skin on one of the other champions and he counter attacks and he actually kills them. So if I'm going in, for example, with the rat to drop in bombs, I don't have him on stone skin because I have a lot of perception on him. Pinpoint, not perception. He kills him sometimes, you know, with this double hit. With the A2, Devilish Accord attacks one enemy 2 times before attacking, swaps the HP with an enemy, steals all buffs, transfers all debuffs from the champion, and places a seal debuff on the target. This debuff cannot be removed, and this debuff cannot be resisted or blocked if the target has 50% HP or less. Now, most likely you are going to kill the target if they are so low on HP. And this is very, very strong versus Marichkas, versus pretty much everyone. Mythical champions, if we're talking about Wukong, because you don't want him to basically revive. If we're talking about Tormins, if we're talking about champions that are doing a lot of funky things, this skill right here is really, really powerful. Then, of course, the passive, which has a chance to apply debuff spread, which doesn't trigger polymorph, by the way. And now, to be honest, I do have the secret weapon on him, which is the Wand of Submission. I have a chance to basically send back the debuff. So if they're going to try to polymorph me, if they're going to try to stun me, etc., I'm going to have a chance to send it back to the attacker and be like, thank you so much, you can keep it. Now, with the second form, he's one of the highest attack-based champions in the entire game, guys. Okay, he has an insane amount of attack. What's really good about him is the speed aura as well, right? Because I forgot to mention it on the previous form. 33% is actually going to be massive. It's going to be super helpful for arena. Double hit again. A bit of healing. Again, chance to counter attack. Attacks all enemies. Will ignore shield, ally protection, and unkillable. Based on how many debuffs you have on the target. His multipliers work different because his damage is based off attack and accuracy. And you have, of course, the A3 AoE attack with a chance to put a block revive if they have 3 or more debuffs. And he's gonna get a bit of healing too. Passive, he's gonna gain crit damage for every 3 points of accuracy they have. So 1% crit damage for every 3 accuracy. And you're gonna ignore 10% of the target's defense for each debuff they are under. The more debuffs, the more damage he's going to do. So this can be actually helpful for the Hydra clan boss. He can actually put in some serious damage. I want to try him in quite a few different areas. We're going to do live arena, classic arena. I'm going to go in the Hydra just to kind of like get a grasp of what sort of numbers we are doing with the build that we have on him at the moment. So, Stone Skin and Savage. Yes, for PvE content like Hydra, the best build for him will be 9-piece Merciless. Or not necessarily 9-piece for Hydra, because you don't really want to necessarily take a lot of extra turns, because you might be losing the buffs and that will reduce the damage. But having him on a 6-piece Merciless is basically the way to go for the Hydra clan boss. Now, one thing that is kind of like bugging me off at the moment is the fact that I don't have speed as Ascension on the boots. So he's a bit slower than I would like him to be. I can still gain a lot of stats from using glyphs, like more speed, for example, more accuracy, more attack. Here again, more speed, more accuracy, more speed, more attack, more accuracy once again. This is to recap the chest piece. I only have a 5-star amulet. The ring is not the best, but the banner is sexy. Look at that banner, guys. Absolutely amazing. Now, yes, it's just a standard one. It's not from a special set. I wish it would be, but I'm very happy with this banner that I've got, like, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. It has been a while since I've got this banner. So, perfect, the perfect use for him, basically. Now, once we're going to metamorph, you're going to see this insane amount of attack. Wait, I actually swapped to the wrong form. Almost 2000 base attack, guys. That's what makes him really, really crazy. And I have 420 accuracy. Splitting that to 3, right? We're going to get 100 plus crit damage when we are on the second form. So basically, the total stats are as they are right here. This is the first form. 7k attack more or less, 271 speed, 328 crit damage. But once we are metamorphing into the alternate form, we're going to gain 100 plus crit damage on top of what we have. And we have 8,500 attack, which is really, really helpful, right? Now, the relic, I do like to use this relic on some of my damage dealers that debuff, because a lot of the people are not expecting it, especially on Marius. So let me give you guys a tip. If you are getting this relic, I've got 2 of them from the event material. So I haven't got the Cat Gaze, but I've got this one. So I'm happy that at least is a solid one. Usually, the enemy will be very tempted to polymorph your nuker with Armaments. Mainly goes to Marius, to Karnage, etc. So having this on will reflect the polymorph, and bang, you're going to have a chance to basically win the fight because of it. Masteries. We have offense and we have support, guys. Helm Smasher as tier 6. I went with support on here. Spirit Haste, and that's mainly because there was no point to get Sniper. I could have tried to get maybe Master Hexer, but I had to go on Lord of Steel for it. And to be honest, it's not really going to increase any of my damage stats, at least on the current build. So that's why I decided not to do it. The Ruthless Ambush will be pretty nice because he can counterattack or do other things on the first hit and maybe steal the Stone Skin and actually do some pretty nice damage. To be honest, I've changed my perception on how I'm doing masteries on a lot of nukers recently. For the last 6+ months, I tend to get Life Drinker on most of them. I find it really efficient for arena and for PvE content. And that's mainly when I'm using a champion in multiple areas. Like for PvE, I want to have Life Drinker, especially in Hydra clan boss. Now, most likely I won't use Karnage in any of my teams, but he's still really, really good, especially with a 6-star Crushing Rand and fully booked, right? Leaving all that on the side, let's actually head into the Hydra clan boss first. So we're going to go on Nightmare. I'm not going to do a full key or anything like that, guys. I will take Theox out of the team, and I'm going to bring in a different champion in here. Let me just quickly think about who should we bring. Let's bring in Marius, right? It won't really affect his damage, so we should be able to pretty much put everything spot on. I'm not trying to basically enhance his damage with Theox or anything like that. Basically, I want to see what sort of damage we're going to do with the other form, because the more debuffs we're going to have on, the better, right? And the first form actually does pretty decent damage, because I've already had a sneak peek, right? I had a sneak peek already, so pretty damn good, to be honest. Let's land up. Look how many debuffs we already have on, right? So I could put the seal on, I can spread debuffs as well. There you go. You see we spread the seal on the enemies. Now he's going to counterattack. Thankfully, he did not stall our buffs. And there we go. Get more buffs on. Now, in terms of blessings, 6-star Crushing Rand is the GOAT for PvE. That's why I kept it. For PvP, you have tons of different options. I don't think you should go with 6-star Crushing Rand in PvE. I'm not going to buff him because that's a protection build right there. We're going to keep him as he is, so we don't really inflate his stats because of all that. So right now, a triple hitter. We're going to go versus the head of Blight right here. Let's see the hits. 313, 227, 281. And that's, of course, on an undecapitated head. So that's pretty good damage from a skill. It's like 700-800k damage. I do have pretty good stats on him too. But the majority of people that will get him from the Curse City, or who got him by now, they can definitely do a very similar build. Keep in mind the 6-star blessing is very helpful. It does add a lot of extra stats and effects. You see, this counterattack is massive in the Hydra clan boss as well. 50% chance. It might not sound like it's a lot, but oh boy, it does help a lot. So we're gonna metamorph right here, and the passive. Basically, we're gonna deal 10%. We're gonna ignore 10% of the target's defense for each debuff they are under. Now, if I'm gonna have increased accuracy and increased attack, not only that I'm gonna get 100 plus more crit damage, because I'm gonna get almost close to 200 extra crit damage, or I think I will have around 200 extra crit damage because I'm increasing the accuracy if the passive works in that way. But I'm gonna boost both of the multipliers, the attack and the accuracy, and all of his skills deal damage based off attack and accuracy. So let's see an AoE right here before we decapitate them. 242 weak hit, and I paid attention to that one, so I haven't seen it on the other ones. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to basically squeeze as much damage from him right now with as many debuffs as possible, just to kind of like get a better grasp, right? So let's see the A1, 409k, then another weak hit. I'm not gonna use the A3 with the A2 with Marius, my bad. So right now we have attacks all enemies. Again, AoE attack. We have tons of debuffs on them. I'm very curious to see the damage on the head of Blight and the head of Mischief. 1.92 million damage. So if you're thinking about it, comparing him with other raw damage dealers, he doesn't blow my mind, okay? So the actual hits, they don't blow my mind on this form. I actually almost feel like the other form puts in slightly better damage on some of the skills. At least it gave me that impression, right? Of course, a lot of things can happen. Helm Smasher might not proc. You guys know the drill. So if we're gonna go with the A1 right here, let's see. 1.9, 1.8. Much better than using the A2 or the A3. But of course, those are AoEs, so you're hitting all of the heads. But talking about single target, a double hit like that is actually really good damage. That's like 4 million damage from a basic skill. And it's not using Theox. If I would use Theox, I would probably get like, I don't know, 8+ million per hit. Or, around 8+ million per hit. Or 7+ million per hit. Which is a lot of freaking damage. And if you don't have Theox, you might have a Mad Hatter because we had a fusion, right? So that's going to work pretty damn nice as well. So, if we're gonna go A1 on the head of Mischief, 700k, 580k. Actually, pretty good damage. Look at the counterattack. That's what I like at him. This will add so much damage over time in a run. Look at that damage as well there. Very nice damage. And that was because of Vincenza. For a second, I was like, why is he doing it? So I want to debuff before I'm going to kill some of the other two heads that are still chilling right there. So I'm going to go with the A1 once again right here. 1.3, 1.6. Almost 3 million damage. Or I think we hit 3 million damage actually. If you add all that up, let's apply more debuffs in here. Sorry guys, had to pause it for a second because I had somebody at the door. So, we're not going to use the ally attack. Let's actually increase the duration of buffs. Okay, unfortunately, no defense down, so let's push a bit the thermometer on her. And I'm going to go A1 right here so I don't spread any damage with the Hex, because I want to put defense down and all of the rest of the thingies on. I think I still have increased attack on him. Oh, no increased attack. So we gotta do an ally attack. Okay, we're gonna do an ally attack in a second. Let's apply more debuffs right there. Defense down and weaken. Beautiful. Put more buffs on. Mikage, ally attack, and once again, I'm gonna hit the head that has the serpent buff so I don't deal damage. Okay, beautiful. Right, so this is a double hitter, guys. Let's pay better attention because the Head of Suffering was out before, which reduced the AoE damage. 1.5, 1.5. Actually, pretty good damage. So that's 3 million damage. Not bad at all, actually. If I would be to compare him with a different champion, I feel like very close with Aphidus, right? He does a very similar amount of damage in terms of AoE attacks. Most of them will do a similar amount of damage. But the A1 is really, really powerful. 1.5, 1.6. So that basically 3 million with a basic skill on a decapitated head on Nightmare without Theox. So that's actually pretty solid. Now I'm quickly going to swap forms to the other one. And then we're going to head into Arena, guys. Enough talking about Mr. Karnage right here. I lost the buffs, unfortunately. So we're going to go A1 right here. 157, 160. A bit of a debuff spread, because why not? We can do that too. Beautiful, beautiful. And I got a buff again with Mikage, so hopefully we're going to be able to do that soon. Okay, let's do that. Put some ally protection on. Counterattack. Ooh, fear. That is bad for business. So A1 again right here. 132k. Spread some debuffs from what I've seen, which is good once again. Let's put the increased accuracy. A1 because we don't want to kill nobody. I'm really tempted to keep that defense down, so I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to use the debuffs just yet because it was pointless. I got to kill somebody first, just so we see how the damage goes on decapitated heads after. Look at the counterattack, man. The counterattack is just crazy. Like, he counterattacked twice, just because of the passive, and then because the head of Rat took a turn too. So I feel like the main thing that will bring you a lot of damage with Karnage in the Hydra is going to be the counterattack on each one of the forms. I feel like that's basically the creme de la creme on him. Okay, let's take this one down. And now we're going to apply some debuffs. Counterattack once again. Beautiful, beautiful. We're not losing the buffs, which is fine. So I'm going to go versus this one too. And let's apply some debuffs right there. Oh no, we had a fear and I lost it. God, my God, I haven't even noticed that I had that fear on. Okay, so we're gonna go without defense down and weaken because it will take us a little time to get it done. Double hitter, 400k, but that's without defense down and weaken. And keep in mind, this is not the form that really pumps in a lot of damage. The other one is, right? Counterattack. Beautiful, beautiful. Bring them in. You see, the relic procced and it transferred the fear back, but it doesn't apply on the boss. That's really helpful. Really, really helpful. Okay, so we have oh no, don't do it. 630k without having any of the crazy ones. I'm going to keep this skill. I want to use the A1 right here first. 98, 188. We spread some more debuffs right there. Let's make sure we're going to keep everything up and running. We do need that increased attack by the looks of it because we don't have it. So we're going to have to go without the increased attack. But that should still bring us much better damage once we put defense down and weaken. Mainly the defense down. That's what the weaken. Again, we had fear, man. Get out of here. I'm going to quit, guys. That's it. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. The buffs are so clustered on the screen that you can't really see anything else. Either way, the second form can pump in some pretty good damage as well. And I'm not going to give it up till I'm quickly going to show it to you. Okay, so she's under fear once again. Now I can see it. That I moved the screen around, so it's much better. I think we should take the Head of Torment down though, because he's annoying. He's annoying. Let's deal with that, and then we're gonna be able to get everything done. A couple of weak hits, that's fine. Marius, let's get rid of the fear. Let's put in the provoke. Go and take that head down. Beautiful. Take no prisoners, Karnage. Take no prisoners. Okay, but I gotta kill the Head of Blight because that's the right affinity. I don't want to kill any of the magic heads because that would be pretty pointless. A lot of weak hits in play. So we can't really call it good enough. So I'm going to use the A1. Not going to debuff just yet. 10 minutes in the Hydra clan boss. Jesus. I'm just trying to show you what Karnage can actually do, guys. Then we're definitely gonna dive into arena. We're not gonna waste any time whatsoever. So let's take him out. I wanted to wait with that so I can actually buff him with increased accuracy as well. That's why I haven't used it before. We're gonna go with an ally attack right here. Beautiful. Okay. More debuffs. Even better. Actually, the debuffs don't matter so much this time around because he doesn't have the same passive. We gotta remember that we're not actually ignoring defense with the passive. And I don't have that available, but we're gonna go with the A1 first right here. And the next turn, we're gonna go with the A3 versus the decapitated head. We gotta make sure we are not killing that decapitated head, or basically we're not taking it down completely. You see, were they 3 counterattacks? Really, really good. A1 once again, and that's it. The moment of truth. There we go. Finally, beautiful. Let's see. 7-9, 797, 8-4. Okay, so that's 2.4 million damage. Definitely not bad from this form when the other one actually deals the crazy damage. So let's back out of here. What do we have? 90 million in 11 minutes. We have Marius with 24, of course. I haven't really pushed Marius to his maximum potential because I wanted to keep the heads alive for Karnage. 46 million damage. So 100% really, really solid as a damage dealer. 4 PV content as well. Enough with that. Let me just quickly show you what he can do in Arena. So even for Classic Arena, you can use a lot of different combos with him. I do like a combo quite a lot. If you are running, for example, something like this, okay? This is definitely a pretty solid option, but you don't necessarily need him in there. You can actually bring in a different hero to either land debuffs or do something like that, right? So the main idea is that if I was gonna bring in Lazarus, and I'm gonna keep him in just for this fight, basically I can land 3 debuffs like this, okay? And then I can just metamorph directly. So I'm not gonna buff right here. I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna buff increase accuracy and increase attack. The best buffer for him is gonna be Arbias. Nobody else will be better. Then we can apply more debuffs like this. And now we can metamorph, right? Unfortunately, on Python, we only have 2, but that's enough. I have increased attack. I have increased accuracy. AoE attack. We block revive on everybody that has 3 debuffs or more. So even if would be a Marichka in there, the block revive will put them to sleep, basically. I'm going to back out of this fight, actually, because I don't care about killing UDK. I'm going to quickly try to find a team with the Tarichkas to see how well it will perform versus that. Or even this versus Mythicals, but they're 2 magic Mythicals, which means that it's very likely for us to drop in some weak hits. So let's look for something else. Every champion has weaknesses. The magic affinity is his weakness, basically. Not to mention how well he pairs, of course, with the Demon Spawn faction unity for Live Arena as well. Is actually really dangerous because you don't really need to do much with him. He will do all of the job alone, basically, and that's because he will not Karnage, the faction unity, will apply burn and just melt the champions. It's crazy how it actually works. So right here, I feel like we should have a better option instead of Lazarus. He's gonna get instantly killed. But you know what? Let's risk it. So we're gonna risk it. We're not gonna have another reviver. He's 100% going to get destroyed here. And they have bolster. Only 1 stone skin, which is actually really, really helpful for what we're trying to do. And I've done a big rip right here because I haven't applied debuffs with him. So I can do that and maybe try to steal Let's just do this. We can use him like this time around. So we killed her. He's gonna mess us up right here, that's for sure. Look at that! Look at that! You see what why I like to use the wand on my damage dealers, guys. It's just the best thing to do, honestly. I know it's great for support characters as well, but my god, it's honestly the best thing. So right now, I'm not even going to have that increased attack and increased accuracy anymore, but they have 4 debuffs. Lock the active skills, lock the passives on Taras. I mean, 1 hit only, put them to sleep instantly. So you can definitely do a lot of work with him. I have clanmates, for example, that are using him during plat push versus some of the strongest teams in the game, you know. So definitely Karnage can put in some serious work. Enough with Classic Arena. You guys got the drill. Let's try to do a couple of live arena matches. I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit rusty, guys, because I'm only doing like 1, 2, 3 battles a day. The time slots when live arena is open at the moment just don't really work for me. So I am a bit rusty, okay? So if I suck at it, forgive me. Now, what I'm gonna try to do basically is to ensure that I'm gonna bring him in the team. He got Armans in there. I really want to bring Odin, so let's see, what is my Odin? I'm not sure if I'm blind or I'm not, but I do want to bring in Odin. There we go. So let's go in like this. It's not the best thing to pick Karnage first because I want to bring in my best supporters, etc. Marius would have been nice in the team. But what I'm going to do, I'm basically going to ensure that I'm picking him first. I'm going to see if they ban him. They're not going to ban him. Are they going to let me use him? I haven't changed the blessing on him either, which is definitely something that I should do. From here on, I'm actually going to go in the following format. So I'm going to bring in Lazarius. I'm going to bring in Arbais as a turn meter booster. And let's see if I'm going to bait him to bring in a different threat. And he's going to ban my other champion. And if I'm going to be able to pull off what I've pulled in Classic Arena. Let's hope so. Most likely he will have Stone Skin on everybody because nowadays everybody has Stone Skin on everybody, right? That's how it goes. So let's see what else he's speaking. Very curious. Maybe a Sifi? Is he gonna bring a Sifi? Okay, Arbiter. So I'm very tempted to drop that Arbiter from here, to be honest. I'm gonna bring in Krixia just to see if I force him to ban Krixia. So if I'm banning his Arbiter, I'm counting that I'm removing the Stone Skin from Armans, and that might not happen. If I'm banning Armans, it might be the wiser choice here. Okay, let's see. You see, he banned my Krixia. Perfect. We have an insane speed lead right here, 33%. And I'm gonna really try to pull off exactly what I was trying to show you in a Classic Arena. Land as many debuffs, block revive. Right now, Arbiter is not such a big threat in here as a support, to be honest with you guys. Hopefully, I'm not going to proc the mastery on her. Okay, to gain turn meter. Beautiful. So let's do that. So if, for example, he would have a Marichka in here or something else. So let's just assume right now we're not killing his reviver. Right? But we are wiping everybody else off. Or we kill the reviver, but not Naharima. Block revive, right? So this is a pretty solid combo. Not necessarily Lazarius. You can have a different debuffer go after Odin or go before Odin. It really depends. Maybe even a Gurgo can work pretty nice to put a freeze or put some different debuffs, you know? But his damage is pretty damn solid. Let's see if we can try him versus some different type of teams. Let's see what he's speaking first. Armans, Marius, what is he getting? Okay, so he's going for Armans. I'm gonna leave Marius this time around. I will take Karnage just in case if he's planning to do it. And I will take Odin once again. And I swear I'm feeling blind. There we go. Let's put it like this. Just to make sure he's not taking Karnage. Man, I haven't bought that frame. I know they offered the pack during Christmas. I actually really like that frame. Okay, so this is going to be a bit more dangerous. Most likely we're not going to be able to pull off the exact same thing. So I'm going to have to play it slightly different, but I'm still going to go in with the same format. Okay. Let's see what else he's bringing in. So from here, most likely I will ban his Shuzan. I kind of like took his other options. He can bring in a Sifi, of course, as another turn meter booster or an Arbiter. But very curious to see if he's actually going to do it. Because most likely he was counting on Arbais or something as a backup if I ban his Shuzan, you know. Come on, let's see what else you're bringing in. Very tempted maybe to bring in Marius, maybe to bring in Krixia. The thing is, if I bring in Krixia, I'm not gonna do much versus his Bomber. So maybe I'm gonna bring in Marichka and force him to ban Marichka. Okay, so he's going Arbit. I was sure that he's gonna go in for a backup, right? So I'm gonna bring in Marichka to try and force him to dump her, and I'm gonna take. I think it's safe to say that his fastest champion is going to be Shuzan. And that instant turn is too nasty. I'm not going to risk it. So I'm going to take her out. Armans is still a massive, massive issue right here. So let's see what is he going for. Who is he banning? Oh, he banned Karnage. Come on, dude. I'm trying to do a video here. I'm trying to show the people what Karnage can actually do. Why did you have to ban him? So I'm actually going to use a 24 speed aura just to have the 6-star polymorph at the front, guys. Just so you guys know, if you're going to put it in the comments. So I have a 6-star polymorph in the lead. Better chance for it to proc, right? Man, I won't have enough damage right here, right now. I'm joking. I've got that covered. I've got that covered. So I'm actually really tempted to do something stupid, but it might not work. So instead, I'm just gonna do this. Oh no, he is actually on he's on Supersonic. So if I'm gonna buff again, probably he's gonna cut on my Odin, isn't he? No, he's not. Okay, okay. Please remove his stone skin. No, don't get resisted. And he removed 0 stone skin. What the heck, bro? How is that a thing? 0 stone skin? What are you doing? You know, whenever somebody's using Odin versus me, all of my stone skin gets stripped. All of it. All of it. Nothing left. Okay? Literally nothing left. So that Marius is gonna clap my ass right now. Who is he gonna polymorph? Let's see. Is he gonna go for Odin? Are you gonna go for Odin? Most likely you're gonna go for Odin. I can see it. I can see it in your face. I knew it. Okay, but Marius is going to kick my butt right now. Hopefully he's not gonna kill Marichka. Beautiful, beautiful. He's not gonna bomb, right? Because it's gonna be pointless. What is he going to do? Okay, A1. I'm gonna do that just to annoy him a little bit. Okay. So, most likely I will lose this fight. But you know why? Because he banned my Karnage. If I would have had Karnage in here, he would have stood no chance. Now I'm just making... I'm making him good advertising, basically. I lost it because I basically stripped no stone skin. And that was the main thing. It's not even Armans that created me the problem, to be honest, because you've seen I still took turns after. The main issue that I had were basically the other ones. Oh, no! And he's gonna put the bombs on me right freaking now. Is he? Ah, yeah. Odin's passive is not proccing. Oh, he got polymorphed! We still have a chance. We still have a chance. Ah, he dropped the thermometer literally on everybody. And I have stun on everybody. Marius is gonna clap me now. Damn it. Come on, proc the passive, Odin. What are you waiting for? Proc the passive. Proc the passive. My god, okay. GG's, GG's. I actually had fun this fight. Let's try to do another match, but with Karnage this time around, hopefully. We're not gonna get him banned. He does look dangerous. 6-star Karnage looks dangerous. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm happy that I got it from the Curse City, from the chest, and not from a Soul Stone. Because at least I feel like, yes, you are getting some rewards from there. So, this changes things a little bit. I'm not gonna pick Karnage this time around. I'm gonna go with Armans and see if... Okay, I was worried that he might pick Odin. That's why I got Odin, by the way. So, Karnage. And... should we go... I'll bring in Arbais after. Because he already got... he already has 2 Thermimeter boosters. I don't think he's going to be tempted to bring in another one. So Sifi has a 6-star. Probably she's faster than his Arbiter. Or I can ban Arbiter and leave him without a speed lead. Most likely that's an option too. But it really depends if he's going to bring Sun Wukong in. Or a different champion that might give him a speed lead, you know. But like this, I kind of like left him without many options in terms of speed leads. Because I have four strong speed leads except Odin's, which is just for Voids, right? But he has only Void champions. So I have a feeling that he was super ready to pick that Odin, to be honest with you guys. He was super ready to do it. So, next thing. If I'm bringing in Arbais, is not necessarily going to be the best option right now. And that's because he has a Tormin in here. But I will still risk it for a Chocolate Biscuit. So, he has a speed lead. I'm going to have to ban his Sifi. Even banning Tormin was a good option, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to get overlapped. Or if not overlapped, I wanted to make sure he's not going to cut in front of me. Do not ban my Karnage. Do not do it, okay? He banned my Lazarius. Okay, I'm glad that I brought in Arbais, actually. So, we're going to have this as a speed aura from him. 33%. Beautiful. Hopefully, he's not faster than my Arbais. Arbais is not that freaking fast, though. Wish I would have her faster. That's all I can tell you. Okay. Whew, pretty close. Pretty close. Now, thankfully, all of the rest are in Stone Skin. Suck it, Tormin, because you're not going to be able to do nothing. Pardon my French, guys. Pardon my French right there. Let's do that. So we have debuffs. 3 debuffs. Oh, no, we already had a stun. There are only 2 debuffs. It almost feels like I skipped my math class. I haven't got the increased accuracy buff. I did not even have a chance to move right here while I was explaining you because he backed out. But I was going to Metamorph, use the A3, wipe him off. He was going to be dead, basically, right? Okay, one more, and we're ending it. Hopefully, we'll have a better fight. Where we can actually use Karnage. Okay, war picking first. Let's start with Mr. Armans. Actually, no, I shouldn't take Armans in, man, because Stan with Odin is just not pairing too well. I'm supposed to bring in somebody else. Okay, Sifi and Marius on his side. Odin come to Papa. He will be tempted to pick Karnage, so I'm going to take Karnage just to ensure that I'm sealing the deal. And now with his seal debuff, actually. Because, once again, I'm taking all of his speed aura options. Okay, so he's bringing in a Yumeko. He's bringing in... Oof, these are some interesting... But he needs to bring in a damage dealer. So most likely it's going to be... Most likely it's going to be Sun Wukong for a speed aura. Now my question is... Do I bring in Krixia? In case if he's faster and I need to reset? Or I'm just going to count on his second form. Now, something tells me that his Sif is definitely going to be faster than his Shuzan. Considering what he just brought in, Shuzan is an insta-ban, no second thoughts. We can risk it. And let's see. We do have a 6-star temporal chain on that Yumeko, which can create us issues. But he has no speed lead, which is the good advantage that we have right here. Who is he banning? Armans. Okay, okay. So let's put in the speed aura. I almost clicked on the wrong champion. Okay. Marius, Georgid. I bet loaded with Stone Skin, so I'm counting on Odin to actually step up his game, bruv, and actually remove that freaking Stone Skin if they have any, but they don't. So I have a couple of different options. Risky. This will put a buff on me, okay? I'm gonna try that. Debuff. I was sure that she's gonna go in front, but she cannot do anything. She can buff, but basically they're not gonna get the buffs. Only Georgid will. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Oh yes, baby! And now we are finally able to do the bank. Come on, bro! I wanted to see the damage. You guys wanted to see the damage. Why did you back out, bro? My god, guys. There we go. There we go. Karnage is an absolute beast. Makes people rage. Makes them basically back out of the live arena fights because they know they have no chance because Karnage is literally destroying their freaking dreams. As usual, guys, much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching. If you enjoy the content, smash a like. Subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment. Help out with that YouTube algorithm. It really, really helps me a lot. And I will catch you guys all in the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about Karnage and how close are you to get Karnage? I'm actually going to start a poll on the community tab to see how many of you guys actually got Karnage. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.